Hi, and welcome back to TRW. In today's video, we're going to replace ball joints and struts. So come along. All right, so we're going to get our jack under here, jack up these wheels, and then see what is going on with this vehicle. So make sure we're in a good spot. We'll jack this vehicle up. So let's zip this tire off real quick and see if we can find our issue. All right, put the tire to the side. All right, so we also got approval on doing the struts on this. So we're going to replace the struts as well and the lower ball joints. So we're going to start with the strut. What we're going to do is we're going to move this ABS wire out of the way because we have new ones coming for that. So let's get those out of the way. So we'll just move this ABS wire out of the way. We have new ones coming for these. And then we'll take the strut off. And that's that. We're also going to be replacing the sway links right here. Sway bar links, we're going to be replacing those as well. These ones are shot. And let's get this all pulled apart so you can see how it's done. So all we're going to do is we're going to zip these bolts off right here, move the knuckle down, knock the ball joint out, and then remove the strut tower from the mounting hardware on top. So let's get the sizes for this. There's that one. That one's good. And it's a little smaller on that side. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 17s. Remember to use plenty of lubricant, especially on stuff rusty out like this. This is all rusted out, so we want to use plenty of lubricant so we can get these all taken off, hopefully with ease. We gotta take this off too, this pin for the brakes. Okay, this is a 17. So we're just gonna turn it so that we can work on it. Put our 17 on it. And loosen it up. Do the next one. So after we do all this, he's going to need an alignment as well. And I already informed him that they will need an alignment. So they're going to get that done as well. But before he can get the alignment, he also needs tires too. So he's got to get new tires. To remove this caliper from here, it just has this clip right here. You just got to pull back on it. And it will release the hose from the strut. Just pull up on the clip right here and you'll release it, and then the strut will come, the hose will come right out of the strut. It's just like a spring clip, just a spring clip holding the hose in. Then you can remove the brake line from the strut. And this one just happens to be rusted in there, just like everything else. When we put it all back together, we will use anti-seize, so the next guy will have it easier than this. So that's good. Show you a little trick Mima taught me. If you don't want to mess up your threads and you got to hit something out, you can put the nut on it like this. And you can lightly tap it out. And then take it back off to the other one. You don't want to keep wailing on this because you can smash the nut and then ruin it. So you just want to slightly tap it, take it off, Okay, we got that out. We'll move the CB shaft out of our way now. And now we have all the access that we need to get to this ball joint, so we can replace that. We're going to remove this ball joint now. As you can see, the whole entire boot is ripped. That's why we're replacing it. And it's just shot. I'll show you that so you can get a close-up shot of that. See the ball joint? It's all ripped and shot, so we're replacing it. And then we're going to remove this knuckle out of our way so we can work easier here. See if we can get this in here without knocking you guys over. And oh man, she's seized. She is seized. All right, throw some more penetration on it. So when we take this knuckle off, we're gonna go clean it all out, get all this rust jacking out of it, where you can see the hole where the ABS went and how that was all seized up in there. So you can see that hole better where the ABS goes and how corroded it is. See how corroded that is? We're gonna have to clean that all out too, so we can slide the new sensors in. So we'll take this knuckle off, and we will see what we can do. Now that's free on this side, we should be able to knock it all the way out. There you go, perfect. Alright, got her out. Right here, this little slit right here. You just stick a pry bar or a big screwdriver in there. Get it open some. Take it off. I'm sure this isn't as bad as some of the cars that you guys work on up north with all this rust. But I'm in the south, so I'm used to not seeing so much rust. Alright, we got our ball joint press. I'm going to try to put you guys in another position so where you can see me press this in and out. We're working right here at the ball joint. So all you do for this one, it's a standard press, C-clamp, C-type press. You got little hubs and cups. That one. Okay, so you get your press all together, and then you just slightly hit the trigger until the ball joint pops out. And it comes out just like so. And then just want to loosen this up some. Now that the ball joint's out, so it looks like when it's out. And this is what everything looks like once everything's out of the way and ready to be replaced. Okay, so we're continuing with the ball joint and strut installation on this 2016 Mazda. And what we're going to do now is we're going to install the new ball joint. We just received all the parts. Try to get you in a position where you guys can see and nothing's really in your way. I already cleaned the lower control arm. And here's the ball joint we got. We're just going to stick it in there now. This one came with the retaining clip that goes right here. Once you put the ball joint in, snaps around right into there, and it locks the ball joint in. So this will go up like this. Once that's seated all the way, you put this clip on, and it holds it right on top of this control arm. So let's put this ball joint in, and then we will start installing our struts. Okay, to install this ball joint, we're going to get our ball joint press. We're going to put it together. We're going to get our adapter. Not big enough. That's perfect. That will go there. This will go there. And that will go there. Install your ball joint. Put your press underneath the ball joint. Tighten your clamp down. I like to just assist it with some penetrating lube. Doesn't hurt. Make sure it's in there pretty straight. And then you're just going to get your gun and zip it right back in. Just till you bottom out at the bottom right here, where the ball joint went flush with the lower control arm. Take it apart. Ball joint in, and then add your locking clip with some snap rings. Some snap ring pliers. Add that clip in there. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our locking ring, put our snap ring pliers into it, open it up, and have it lock right into that little channel right there. You guys see that? How it locked into the channel? It's all the way around. It's all seated. Ball joint is installed. Looks really nice. Nice and tight now. The boot is brand new again. Now I will install the new struts and the sway bar rods. We're going to take the sway bar links off now. Those are completely rusted out as well. So place your bets on if they're going to come off easy or not. Okay, that's on there with the 14. Let's see if we can zip it off. We're working on the sway bar link and we're going to remove it right now. Two ways of doing this. You can put an Allen wrench in right here, or you can try to get some vice grips and hold the link itself. It's not spinning on you. That's all this is doing, is just spinning on us. Alright, so we're going to work on getting this sway link off. As I said earlier, you can get vice grips and you can put it in the back here behind the ball and just hold the stud if it's too rusted out. I like to just get a big set of channel locks so where I can get a good grip on it, hold the whole stud down, and then put my impact on it and see if I can get. Let's try the pin-up picks. If those are any better at holding this stud from the back. See if we can turn it more sideways so you guys can see what we're doing. I don't think we can though. I think that's as maxed out as you can get. There we go. Got it. Got her. So just like that, all you're doing is just holding with your pliers right here on this stud. You're just going to hold that like that and then take it off so you don't have to try to get your wrench in there and do all that extra hard work. We're going to release this lower one now because we're replacing. Everything's good when we're done, and then we'll take the strut out right now so it's not in our way. So to get this strut out, all we have to do now is come here to the top of the vehicle, and we're going to take these 3 screws out right here, and that will allow the strut to drop. So let me get you in a position so you can see. All right, so now we're going to remove the struts from the tower. We're going to get our 14 mil, put it on our impact, and just release the bolts, the nuts. Alright, as you can see, I have them there. What you're going to do is you're going to reach one hand underneath and hold the strut while you remove the nuts. and then just let it slide down. I'll toss that to the side. So the struts we're getting are going to come with everything already on it. It's a fully loaded strut. Normally I would get the bare strut and then replace everything myself. The bare strut cost more than getting a fully loaded strut. So when I say a bare strut, the bare strut is just the strut itself, not the springs, not the mounting hardware, and not the boot. It's just the strut. You compress this, take the nut off at the top, and then take it all off. But in this case, a fully loaded strut with new springs, new bearings on top, and boots was cheaper than buying a bare strut. Tell me how that works out. All right, now that we have the strut out of the way, we still have our brakes hooked there so that they're not just pulling any tension on this hose. We got our CB shaft over here out of the way. We're gonna remove the rest of this from the sway bar. Mima taught me. You get a wrench, grab another wrench, put it on, and then you got some leverage. And you can just use it for your leverage. Just like that. Sometimes that's all you need is some leverage. All right, so wrench. So when I get in positions like this and I know I'm replacing it, I normally just get the cutout grinder and cut these right off. I don't even play with these. I'm just showing you this so you can see what happens when you get into a rusty vehicle and what you might come across. So I'm just trying to show you ways to get it out. But that's what I'd normally do. I just get the cutoff wheel, slice it right off, pop it out, be done already. All right, so when you get stuck in a bind like this, I loosened it up as far as it would go with the bare wrench tool, but it's too rusted back here. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut the nut and everything right off. What's going on? That's off. There you go. All right, so now we got everything off. All right, so now we got the new strut out. I'm going to show you what they both look like from the new to the old. This one here is the new because it's shinier, and this one's the old. But we got it fully loaded, and I explained earlier the reason why it was fully loaded is because this right here was actually cheaper than just getting a bare strut and putting it in. So we went the fully loaded one. So we're going to install this one next. All right, so we have some warnings here. It says attention, highly compressed. Refrain from removing this bolt right here. If you remove that bolt, the spring will shoot off like a rocket, and you won't be having a good day if it hits you. You might not even have a day left if it hits you. But there's special tools that you can use to compress this spring, to remove that and replace just the strut itself. But like I said, it was cheaper just to get a fully loaded one. So we're going to take these nuts off. We're going to install it. And then we'll install the stabilizer rod as well. We got new ones of those as well, and I'll show you that from the new to the old. So I'm going to put you on top so you can see me put this lined up through the hole, and then I will install this. You got to kind of do like a one-hand reach around everywhere to hold one up on the other side while using your other hand to put the nuts back on. So let's put you on top and set you up so you can see. Okay, so we're going to be working right here. Our bolts are going to go in right here, and we'll install our new nuts that they gave us, and then we'll torque those down to specs. So as I was saying, you just grab the strut from the bottom, line it up, and then with your other hand, put the nuts on. All right, let's tighten those down. So they changed the size on us. They went from 14 mil to 16 mil. So just need to grab a 16 mil real quick so we can tighten those up. So I'm going to go with a 16 mil 6-point socket. Fits on there nicely, and we will tighten that up. Need to get in deep. Need to get in deep. Gotta penetrate. And now we'll torque them down to specs. Torque them down to specs. Torque down. Okay, now we're going to hook up our stabilizer bar, put our brake hose back in, put our brake hose back in the clip, and our rubber mounts, just like that. Our rubber stops, put those on. So here's our stabilizer bars that we got. This is the new one, and this is what the old one looks like. So we're going to replace these as well. That's as simple as putting this one into the stabilizer and then tightening the bolt in the back. Oh, sorry, sway bar, not the stabilizer. Sway bar links. Put that one into the sway bar. Put this one into the strut. Trying to see if I can get you guys in a good shot to where you can see all the work happening at one time and not just a little bit. Okay, so here's our ball joint right here. Here's our strut, and this is our CV joint. What we're going to do is take our nut off our CV shaft. We're going to insert the hub into the CV shaft and then lower the hub onto the ball joint. Well, I have you guys all right here in a nice little shot. Can you see that shot right there? So all we're doing now is we're putting the spindle onto the ball joint from right here. Slides right into this. Slides right into the ball joint. You don't have to put the shaft in first. You can put the shaft in after you put it on the ball joint because you have it disconnected from the strut. So you can just put this on first. I don't know exactly how much you guys saw, but I put the spindle in on the ball joint already. All I did was tap it from the bottom with a hammer until it seated all the way in. I put the bolt in, I torqued it down to specs. Sorry about that, my camera died. So now I have the shaft already into the hub, and now we're putting the bolts in for, alright, so now we're putting the bolts in for the struts. These are 17s, so we'll torque these down to specs as well with the 17s. So we're going to tighten that up. Alright, we have it tightened up, and then I'll come back and torque it down to specs. So this is where the brake hose sits right here. So we're going to move our S hook up back onto the strut. Then we're going to put our brake hose in. And then we're going to install the clip. And this is what our clip looks like for the brake hose. It just installs in the back, facing this way. So this little opening is towards you, like a round little opening that faces you. Try to get this out of the way so you can see. So the hose is right here. And this little clip just goes in from the back side right here. You can lightly just tap that in. And now we're going to torque all these bolts up. So this way we got the proper torque on all of them. All right, so we got our torque wrench out. We torqued everything up. I'll leave all the torque specs up in a corner of the video so you guys can pause it and see the torque specs for yourselves. The strut. So the strut tower bolts on the very top, those are going to be 37 to 43 foot-pounds. The bolt to the torsion bar, that's going to be 34 to 40 foot-pounds. The bolt to the spindle and the strut itself, that is 107 to 117 foot-pounds. And those are all the torque specs. Just be assured that's what I torqued everything down to on this vehicle. That's how you install struts, ball joints, and sway bar rods on a 2016 Mazda. If you like this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know if you guys ever attempt something like this, and if you did, what problems you ran into. So we had a lot of problems, but fortunately I had all the tools to overcome those problems. But there'll be some problems that you guys might come across that you may not have the tools for it. So let me know down in the comments if you ever had any problems doing a job and what you did to overcome that problem. If you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe if you want to, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.